Okay, last but by no means least, we've got Andrew Muir, Managing Director of NTM Gold. Andrew has over 27 years' experience in mining and finance. This includes 12 years as a geologist in many remote parts of Western Australia, in a variety of roles in both exploration and mining. During his 5 years at Granny Smith's, Andrew was instrumental in the discovery of the multi-million-ounce Wallaby deposit. He also has 13 years' experience in financial markets, working as a resource equity analyst. Good decision. And he's also worked in corporate finance. So please welcome Andrew for the last presentation of the day.
Thanks very much, Paul. Like all the other members of the panel, this is our first time at Diggers and Dealers, and we very much appreciate the organisers for giving us the opportunity in these trying times for those that are in the audience as well as listening in online. Standard disclaimer, disclosure, etc. So a quick corporate snapshot on NTM. We currently have a market cap about 82 mil, thanks to a recent rise in the share price. Well and truly cashed up at 5 million for us, which gives us a good ammunition to get exploration, keep the drill rigs going quite aggressively. In terms of our registry, we have quite a strong register. Board's got almost 6%. We have DGO Gold and the Empire Resources Group, roughly about 13.5% each. We also have good support from Regal Funds Management and Jerry Harvey sitting there with just under 5%. So a very strong register. Quick snapshot of the board. Lots of grey hair and experience and diverse range of skill sets. So it's everyone brings something good to the table. A lot of strong opinions and a lot of experience. It's a good board to be in charge of. So our project is called Redcliffe. Redcliffe covers 720 square kilometres. It's located in a fantastic location near Leonora. We've got 679,000 ounces. We had an exploration target done a few years ago to give us a feel for the size of the prize, and it's been between 1.4 and 2.2 million ounces. Recent news on that, a couple of months ago we had our maiden resource for our hub discovery, which we discovered about 18 months ago. And also that has some quite high grade oxide mineralisation there, as well as at GTS. We're aggressively exploring. We've got a diamond rig on site at the moment, as well as an RC rig. And we also have ongoing air core programs testing for new deposits. The other aspect that's a little bit unusual about NTM, we are in quite a strategic location, surrounded by a number of processing plants, which gives us options on how we can monetize it. There's also a number of emerging companies in the region that are all doing very good things. So zooming in, the Redcliffe project focuses on quite a good shear called the Mertondale Shear. It's a major linking structure between the Celia tectonic zone and the Keith-Kilkenny. It's had a lot of fluid charge up along it, and simplistically, whenever you get a kink or a wobble or a porphyry or a little offset or something, you tend to get gold dropping out. Very fertile system. We've got 30 to 40 kilometres strike of Mertondale. We've found a number of deposits on this already. And we've got mineralisation that stretches from the north up at Aliso all the way to the south at GTS and scattered all the way along. So one of the aspects, I suppose, the opportunities for us is, like a lot of parts of the eastern goldfields, is that the historic exploration that's been done has not been effective. A lot of the history is of shallow set depth pattern drilling. When you look at the pictures on the right hand side, you can see up the top, that's what all the drilling on our project looks like. And on face value, it looks like it's been very heavily explored. But when you dig down, I suppose, and look at the holes that are deeper than 50 and the holes that are deeper than 100, they drop away pretty quickly. So you can see there's a lot of ground that has not been effectively tested, and therein lies the opportunity for us. So typically our modus operandi is to identify targets and then test with air core drilling and drilling to blade refusal rather than a set depth. And via that method we discovered the hub deposit in October 2018. It's really set us apart. It's a fantastic discovery. We generated our maiden mineral resource for that a couple of months ago of 890,000 tonnes at 4.9 for about 141,000 ounces. The thing that really sets Hub apart is the high-grade oxide mineralisation, 43,000 ounces at 6.6 from surface. Deposit is still open along strike and open at depth. So this is a cartoon cross-section long section to give you a feel for the geometry of the deposit. So the current 141,000 ounces is north of that big grey blob there, which is a lamprifier which cuts across the deposit. As you can see from the intercepts close to surface, and as they go down plunge, there's some pretty good grades and widths in there. About 2 months ago, we put some holes on the southern side of the lamprifier just to test that southerly plunge, and lo and behold, it continued with 7.5 at 8.1 and 6.5 at 7 grams. So it's becoming quite a big system. The hole in progress that we've got there, we've actually finished with assays that are in the lab, and we've actually since just completed another hole that tests the mineralisation a little bit, about another 200 metres further down plunge. So it's definitely the biggest system that we've got so far, still open at depth and still needs a lot more drilling. One of the other aspects, of course, it's all well and good having the mineralisation there, but we want to make sure that it can be treated. So we've done some preliminary met test work, did some leach well assays, and all returned excellent recoveries. So it's a fantastic deposit and shows it can be treated through any of the nearby processing plants just by traditional cyanidation processes. Just a quick snapshot to highlight the valuable oxide material that we've got. That's a snapshot of Hub and GTS. On the oxide and transitional material, we've got 1.2 million tonnes going at 3 grams per tonne for 120,000 ounces, which provide potentially very valuable early stage mill feed. Stepping out a bit, looking at some of the other prospects that we've got. As you can see from all the blue dots, we've got a lot of targets that we need to test. We've been pretty successful to date. We've still got a lot of work to do, a lot of things that we need to follow up. We've finished quite a sizable air core program, and as I said, we've got diamond and RC drilling underway. We're drilling Hub as we speak, as well as the diamond rig at GTS, and we're also underway with an RC program at our gully area. The other aspect too is all the deposits we've found to date are still open, so there's a lot of work to do. And just to give you a quick snapshot that we're more than just Hub, this is our GTS deposit. You can see some of the grades and widths at depth, still open, still needs more drilling on top of the high-grade oxide that it's got at surface. And also a Bindi deposit, which 14 metres at 5 and 8 at 3, still open at depth, which we were drilling and recognised we needed to do more work, but then we went off and found Hub, so most of the focus went on that. So we haven't put any drill holes into this for about 2 years, so again, we need to get out there and put more holes into it and grow it. The other thing that we've been doing is acquiring ground. We're always on the lookout for logical bolt-on acquisitions. We're very much sticking to gold, sticking to the Leonora region. It's a fantastic place, and sticking to our knitting. We acquired the Wells project a few months ago. It's a very large ground holding, 426 square kilometres. It more than doubles our land holding. It's pretty early stage. There's been almost no work done on it historically. We think it's quite prospective. It's got some major cross-cutting shears. At this point in time, we're basically doing targeting study, then we'll work up with auger drilling and then air core drilling. Long burn, but potentially quite significant. And the other part that I touched on, our location, obviously very strategic. We've got 4 processing plants all within trucking distance. Darlow, Thunderbox, Gwalia and Mount Morgans, as well as a number of different sort of emerging players in the region. So There's lots of different ways to skin the cat in terms of how to monetise what we've got. We're not in any rush to do anything at this point in time. We're still very much adding value by exploration. But as you can see, there's the locality in the infrastructure gives us options on how we can monetise what we have. So just quickly in summary, fantastic location. Obviously a lot of very big gold deposits in the region. Gold was first found in 1896 at Gwalia. It's still being found today, as evidenced by a hub deposit, plus the exploration success that others are having. Significant infrastructure, roads, power, nearby processing plants. Our resource of 679,000 ounces has grown quite dramatically over the last few years, and we expect that to continue to grow. As you've seen, from a lot of our deposits are still open at depth and along strike. And the strategic location of our ground. It gives us another angle, I suppose, to the NTM story. And finally, the standard question is, how well funded are you? We've got plenty of funding to keep the drill rigs turning for quite some period. And that's the NTM story. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Andrew. Don't want to keep people from their drinks, but do we have any questions from the floor before I ask one myself? So, Andrew, you touched on it there, that the strategic value. Would you have a preference on how you would progress this development or monetize other ways?
I suppose, simplistically, the aim is to make shareholders the most amount of money in the fastest way in time. We don't have any preconceived notion about whether it could be toll treatment or joint venture or merge or build it ourselves. We'll make that decision at the right time. Yep. At the moment, it's all about adding value via exploration, as we've seen from all of the other panel. It's been pretty successful. When you do it right, that you can generate a lot of value for shareholders. So no rush for us charging down that path yet.
Great. Thank you very much. Andrew Muir, everybody.
Thank you all.
So that concludes this afternoon's session, guys. If you'd like to join us for drinks at the Cal Tyre Mining Tyre Group Traditional Bash over in the main area. Thank you very much. Good evening.